Hey everyone, it's Bryan Caplan here with the Bigger, Better Biz community, where I equip you with the tools and know-how to grow that bigger, better small business. Today, I'm joined by my amiga across the way, Helen. Helen is all the way in Andalucia, Spain, and Helen has quite a fun business. Helen, can you tell us a little bit more about Villa Andalucia Competa?
Hello everyone, my name's Helen Hares and I'm the owner of Villa Andalucia Bed and Breakfast in Competa. I call it my little hidden gem up in the mountains. It's a lovely whitewashed village and I am right on the edge, and I have 4 bedrooms and a beautiful crystal clear swimming pool for you to enjoy after you've been walking in the mountains, or you just want to sit with a G&T around the pool.
Wonderful. I got to ask, okay, obviously you're British, correct?
I am.
Okay, and I know that Europeans and Brits especially, like I know there's certain areas in Spain, especially where Brits will kind of emigrate to. How did you end up in Spain?
Um, Through having timeshare. I'd had
Oh,
timeshare down on the coast, and every school holiday, because it was cheap to get over to Spain, I did all the timeshare places all down the coast. And one day, my son and husband were getting on my nerves, and I took the car keys and I went driving up into the mountains. And I came across Competa. And in those days, there were no barriers on the road. It was a bit scary, but I always said I would love to come here one day. And I believe in the universe, and the universe brought me here.
that is wonderful. Now, have you told, we're going to talk about video today. Have you told that story in a video ever?
No.
Okay. Homework assignment number one. There you go. I want you to tell. So what you just told me was the beginning of your origin story. And it's something that I've been telling a lot of people. I mention it quite a bit, but people want to know how you got to be there. You're all of a sudden, a woman with a British accent is living in Spain. How did that happen? How did you come across Villa Andalucia? How do you now end up being the proprietor and the innkeeper? You know, people want to know that. And by telling that story, you get to tell your passion as well. I know there are also, from watching some of your videos on YouTube, there's obviously some health benefits in being in that climate for you.
Hmm.
And I mean, with anyone with vitamin D, I had a vitamin D deficiency up in New Hampshire, which was super cold and icy. And we came down to Florida just a couple of months ago, and I am feeling a world better. So I can only imagine how it is up in the beautiful mountains of Spain.
Yeah. Well, I could, do you know, that's brilliant you sort of saying that, because Villa Andalucia, I actually found this place 12 months prior, when we were looking for property, and it was way out of our price range. And I just called it my husband and said, this is what we're after, because my mum was coming, my aunt and uncle, and we wanted 2 villas in the same ground. And I found it, and he said, what are you bloody looking at that for? It's far too expensive. And then when we came out to do a recce, he came out with my aunt and uncle on their own because I couldn't get the time off work. And he called me and said, you never guess where I've been today? And I haven't got a clue. And he says, I've been to Villa Andalucia. So I threw it back. What bloody been there for? And everything. He says, hang on. He says, it's a divorced sale. And we got 100 grand knocked off.
Wow. Kismet. You're talking about the universe. There it is. Right place, right time. Okay. There's story number two about how you actually found Villa Andalucia. So now you've got two stories. I mean, so,
Brilliant.
so, so I want you to think about, because we're going to be looking at your YouTube and we'll look at your website. And what we're going to do today is look at how you can marry your YouTube and website so that you get more SEO, because I know that's obviously something on your mind. But I
Mm-hmm.
want you to think of these videos. You do them really well. You're a storyteller, you're a narrator when we're watching the videos. And for those watching, I'm going to have links so that you guys can watch some of Helen's videos. And I welcome you to subscribe so that you can see what Competa and Andalucia have to offer. Um, for you, keep telling stories. And I want you to think about, are there certain things in the house, like that wood up above, that's right above you, those rafters? What can we tell a story from that? Where were they sourced? Why were they put in? Can we figure out that kind of stuff? People want to know every meticulous detail. The more they know, the better the experience is, the more it's immersive, right? So when I go to a Fairfield Inn and Suites or a Marriott or a Sheraton, there's no love. It's just a regular, you know, they throw it up. If I'm going to an inn, and I know that I've worked with a lot of innkeepers, and going to an inn, there's obviously a lot more personality into it. So tell your stories on video so that people already feel the personality. Does that make sense?
It certainly does, because my uncle has done such a lot around the place, and I have done little short videos on Facebook, you know, saying these features are what my uncle's done.
And not even it's features to you because you're the business owner. It's love. It's TLC to someone else. So if we can frame it too as this is what we're putting in so that your stay is really elevated. We want you, you're already up in the mountains. We want you to feel like you're in the clouds when you come to Villa Andalucia Competa. Make sense?
Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah.
There you go. And
thinking of this.
we're recording it, so I will have it for you. You get to watch it, and then our community members get to watch it too, so that they can learn from it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and you should be seeing your YouTube channel. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Okay. So what we'll do first is we'll do kind of an anatomy of the channel. You've come to the events. Thank you. So, and let me ask, I'm guessing you've learned something. Do you enjoy the events?
Oh, definitely. That's why I come back, and that's why I come the last one. I said that, you know, I wouldn't be watching them if I didn't enjoy them.
Good. And of course, repetition is going to help. The more times you watch it, now it becomes subconscious. It just becomes muscle memory. So I already see that you put some of the things that I've done into action, which is awesome. So you have this beautiful channel art, or they're calling it a channel banner, whatever you want to call it. Welcome to the stunning Villa Andalucia unique bed and breakfast getaway in Spain. And you have a nice picture right there. Now that's honestly wonderful, because what is it doing? It's welcoming me. Right. So the first thing, I see bright colors. I see that those orange colors, and I start thinking, wow, I'd love to escape wherever I am and go there. So it's great, because I was just reading an article, and people, the search for is it safe to travel now has increased 2,500% month over month. It's insane, because people have wanderlust now. Those people that haven't even left their town or city before now want to go to the next state or to another country because they felt trapped. So if we can create a really nice, welcoming environment for them and use video in order to set an expectation for them, we're on a roll, and you're already there. So I love it. Now, I notice you use your smiling photo, and I love that with the background of the mountains. That's wonderful. We have Villa Andalucia Competa. You call it Competa, right?
Yeah,
okay. I'm sorry. I go to Competa. Competa.
Yeah, so many people do.
It's silly. Well,
it's because I haven't got the thing going.
The little thing. So Competa. So right now you have 9 subscribers. Let's talk about subscribers for a second. It doesn't matter if you only have 9, if you only have 20, if you only have 100. One thing that I talked about in one of my recent webinars, you know, people kind of look at it and they think, man, how am I going to compete with these other businesses? They have hundreds, thousands, millions of followers. That doesn't matter. The name of the game here is that we're hitting people in the moment. We're giving them context. So as long as we're titling our videos correctly, as long as we put in a description, we have good thumbnails that show what we're trying to really convey in the video, then those subscribers will come over time. But more so, it's just that you're getting found in search results, which is what we want today. So I notice here, this is Caminito del Rey. So this looks like you did a fun little video editing thing. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. A friend did it for me, and we went there for the day.
I love this. So people won't hear, actually they might hear the sound. Let me see if I can share the sound. And we're just going to play this video really quick.
So this is the Intrepid group that's about to do the Camino del Rey.
Okay. So first off, I feel like I want to be there. It looks absolutely beautiful and breathtaking. Now, let me ask you a question. Jose obviously is an expert and I'm guessing he's bilingual. Do you have a video with Jose?
No, and Jose has stopped doing it now.
He has.
Hmm.
How old is this video?
That video is, I know it says only 3 weeks. It's not 3 weeks ago when I went. It's 2 years.
Okay. Do you know the new tour guide?
No.
Okay.
No.
So here's,
But,
and this is,
but Jose, he lives not far, well, 40 minutes away. We've not spoken for a while. What are you thinking? Me doing an interview with him?
you're right on. So one thing that you had mentioned at the beginning of our call before we started recording is obviously search engine optimization. People might not be looking for Villa Andalucia Competa. They might be looking for Caminito del Rey. They might be looking for the other areas. For you, I want you to pretend, and this is for anyone in hospitality, anyone that has anything to do with a community, I want you to pretend like you're almost a real estate agent. And I want you to think about all the different landmarks, all the different things that people are looking up around you. How can you get in some of that search share? So people might be looking up Caminito del Rey. They might be looking up activities around Competa or around Andalusia. It's your job to curate those opportunities and those activities and then make videos of them so that people can see the co-branding of Villa Andalucia and whatever the tour is. Okay. Yeah. So Jose is one, he's 40 minutes away. If you can jump on a Zoom with him and just ask him some questions, that's just as good. But if you can go meet him there and have him take you around for the day and actually record him with the sound and then put a video like that up, even if he's not the tour guide, it's courtesy of Villa Andalucia. We want to show you Caminito del Rey, tell you about the history and have you explore the majesty of it, right? So I want you to start thinking about that too when you're coming up with video content. We're going to look at other videos. We'll just kind of breeze through them. Mm-hmm. And they'll be showing, like you said, the features of the villa and stuff like that. How do we get people from all around who might be traveling and need to stay an extra night or two and ran out of their own inn, the other inn, and they need you?
Can I ask you a quick question?
Please.
I've still got loads of videos on my personal YouTube. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing, I know I haven't done one for just over a week. I've been starting to move them over one at a time. Is that a good way to do it instead of trying to get them all over at once?
Don't, if you try to do that, you're going to overwhelm yourself and you're going to stop. I'll give you a great example. All the time we're making videos, right? I'm doing the webinars, we're making videos for YouTube. Well, even for me, I had 15 videos sitting there in the can, ready to go. And there were so many that it was insurmountable. It's like when you stare at the sink and there's too many pots and pans and you're like, I'll just do it tomorrow. So you get that analysis paralysis, that procrastination. Do one at a time, chip away, be methodical about it though. Are there certain videos that if you add them up now, that tourists are going to be coming and looking for things? So are there certain things people are looking for or people ask you about or things that are popular around the area and you have a video of it? Upload those now because you're going to get the most love from them. And then you upload the others. I mean, if you upload a video once a week, that is awesome. That's great. If it's once every 2 weeks, that's no problem. You have other things to do. You have an inn to maintain and guests to maintain and everything else. But if you can get it into your calendar, and if you already take the time to identify those personal videos you like, then it's going to be much easier for you.
Right.
Okay. Now we can use this video as an example. What I'd like to do is kind of go through and see some areas for improvement. Do you want me to look at this video or do you have another video on your channel you want to look at?
Look at another one because that's, sure. Because it's about 2 hours away.
Sure. Which one works for you?
Oh, I don't know. Incentives to helping you to start planning your next holiday.
This one right here?
Yeah, because that's
Okay,
obviously what I'm trying to do, is to get people to come. I know there's some beds, but we're in lockdown when I did it.
sure. So now, so here's the question for you. You made this video, you have an idea of what I call the spiel, right? You know what you said and everything. Now that things are kind of opened up a little bit more, first thing I ask is, like, these chairs right here, are they uncovered and they're around the pool now?
Um, 4 of them out of the 8 are.
Okay, okay. Well, okay, so let's just, again, we'll just watch really quick.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It's Helen here from Villa Andalucia Bed and Breakfast in Competa, Malaga, Spain. I've come outside, it's a bit windy here, I've come outside to show you what a mess the rain that we had.
I remember watching this one with the rain. So, so there's a couple things. First off, watching this video, I remember watching it because you had sent me an email after one of the events. You're like, can you just check out my channel? And I watched this, and right away, like, it's endearing. I already fall in love with you because you're showing me something like, I love your accent. Whoever doesn't love a British accent, they're crazy. So I love your accent. You're already welcoming. I feel like you're going to just welcome me in. And then you're showing me a video and you're explaining what it is, and you're showing the rain and how it messed things up and everything. These are kind of videos that people would love. This kind of video will work not only on a YouTube, but it will also work on social media, like an Instagram.
Well,
If you
this is
post it up,
these are, I've done these as lives on Facebook
there you go.
and then putting them in. And this is
Okay.
where I'm thinking I'm missing that front bit for the YouTube.
Yep. So brings up a really good point. Couple of things. So you're doing these for the live, and you're holding the camera this way. So
I've got
you got your phone, right?
Yeah, I've got my phone, but I've got it on
It's okay.
the
Oh, on
gimbal.
the I know what you're talking about, the gimbal.
Yeah, so I've got
Okay.
it on the gimbal.
Can you do the gimbal? Can you do it this way?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, do
Yeah.
it this way from now on.
Okay.
Because even, the only one that will suffer is Instagram TV or IG, because it's more of the profile. But if we're doing it vertical, or if we're doing horizontal, it comes out better and it translates better here too. We're going to be able to see more of the screen. So I would consider doing that first. You mentioned you can't control the wind. That's fine. You could always I'm guessing you have Amazon, or you have maybe a store around where you can get a little microphone that plugs into your camera. So if you're going to be doing more, for me, if you have an Android, it plugs right into your headphone jack. Or if you have an iPhone, it plugs right into your lightning thing.
I'm Android.
Your Android, that's fine. So it just plugs into your headphone jack, and it just goes right on your lapel, right on your collar. Those are cheap. They're $10, $20 maybe. But the sound quality is so much better. And with that wind, you won't hear it. So now you can go out and take videos and not even have to apologize about the wind, but just be taking the video. The clearer the quality, the more people are going to listen. If they hear a lot of wind or a lot of disruption, then they'll stop watching the video. So, and with you taking there we go, there you are. See, and I love the red glasses too. So you're talking about, I remember you're just talking about what's going on, the different incentives that you've created, and some of the things that you're trying to do for people that are planning their holidays. And you do it for a good 13 minutes. I mean, hats off to you for being able to survive for 13 minutes on a live. People can't do that. So you've got a lot to talk about, which is great. You're loquacious. It's wonderful. So with these videos, first thing, you did geotag it right there at Villa Andalucia Competa. So that's great. We already geotagged. Now, you don't always have to geotag right at your place of business. You could geotag in Competa somewhere else, in another town surrounding, so that you can start getting a little bit more of that share if people are searching for that location. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now your title, so a few incentives to help you start planning your next holiday. The good thing is you can go back, you can edit this title, and I would say you want to, because maybe it's something like, are you planning on staying in Spain? And are you planning on staying in my region of Spain? No, you're in What region of Spain is
Andalusia.
northwest?
East.
East. Okay.
Well, yeah, but we're right at the bottom, really, aren't we, of Spain? Yeah.
You're okay. So like Tarifa's to the left, and then or
Yes,
Tarifa's to the west.
Yeah.
Okay. So to the left. I'm quite a geographer. So okay, are you looking to stay in southern Spain? Here are a few ideas for your next holiday. So something like that. Are you planning a southern Spain vacation? Here, so let's start thinking about things that people might be looking, vacationing to southern Spain, trip to southern Spain. And with that, you have, I think usually my titles, you have about 80 characters. So you can look at the characters and try to, it's right about this length, but just try to hit some keywords in there.
Right.
And then here, I noticed that you did, so you kind of broadened the description a little bit. Here are a few incentives. And then if you live in the Andalusian province, you can get discounted holidays. Wonderful. If you're an international tourist. So do this. Just put a space in between each of those to make it easier to read so that people can skim them really quick, right? And don't forget, over 50% of people are going to be on their phones too. So it's going to be really squished. So we want to have that space. Put the line breaks in.
See, I do on social media, but I didn't on here.
That's okay. That's okay. That's why you're going to go back and do it. If you need a test for traveling back home, now do tests. Okay. We now do tests so you can have it done before you fly. Awesome. So you have all these different reasons, which is great. One thing you can also do, you don't have to do on this video, but down the road, let's say that there are certain things you're talking about, like, you mention a test, but if you put in the words COVID test, then people might be looking up COVID test before traveling. Okay, so now you have a chance of being seen. So I want you to think of how descriptive and what keywords you can use. In your description, you are allowed to add in keywords. That doesn't mean you're just gonna type in like Spain vacation, southern Spain vacation, blah, 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 and then copy paste the whole time. That's not what you want to do. But we definitely want to think if we can see certain keywords that people might be looking up. Now, another thing, you have the 2 links, all the above information. Notice right here, how it doesn't link. It's because it's missing the HTTP.
Oh.
So you just got to put the HTTP in. Now, one thing that I want to recommend for you, you have all this information. One of the first things you should start with is book your stay now or something else. So you should have right up at the top, your first call to action, book your stay at Villa Andalucia Competa, and then the URL. Have that right there so that they can click, because if I show less, I do see that, but I want to see something right here.
Yes.
You can even use an emoji. So you might use like a pointing finger or a smiley face or something like that, or the Spanish flag, whatever. Those things too, obviously in moderation, but if you use those, it draws the eye. So it's telling people where to look right away.
Right. So a lot of what I do on social media, I can do on here
You can
as
come
well.
here.
Because I love my emojis on social media.
There you go. Just a few, just a few, but they work. Another thing that you can do that a lot of people don't realize, you can use hashtags on YouTube. So Spain vacations, vacation in Spain. So right now, let me just open up a new YouTube and let's type in Spain vacation. Let's see if anybody's, okay, so there's less than 100 videos. So, places to visit. Less than 100, maybe just Spain. 86,000 videos that show up with the hashtag Spain and 26,000 channels. Now, let me explain this to you, right? Just because there's 86,000 videos, it's one that you always want to include, hashtag Spain, because you're in Spain, right? Maybe it's going to be Andalusia. 4,500 videos. Notice how it shrank, but this is more of a niche keyword. This is more of a niche hashtag. So more people, you see, so like Rick Steves, Andalusia, the best of southern Spain. Well, Rick Steves, we all know Rick Steves, but we can probably grab some stuff from what he does and see what he's using for southern Spain. no more. So they don't even, shame on them, they don't even optimize it. But because he has such brand equity, he can get the views because he's a travel expert. But he's mentioning these major cities, Sevilla, Cordoba, Granada. He's talking about those things. People might be searching for that stuff. So even learn from someone who's been building a channel and has all these subscribers. They're mentioning these things because people might be looking for those.
Right.
Right. So now you have even more video ideas. But the whole idea of hashtags, because I'm jumping, what you can do is add some different hashtags to your video. They can be written into the content, they can be woven in, or you just add them at the bottom like you would on a social post. But now when someone searches for hashtag Andalusia or hashtag flamenco or something like that, now you have a chance of showing up.
Can you put Competa in and see how many there is?
Sure. Competa, less than 100. So you see this one, Viaja Malaga. Is that a travel service?
Yeah.
So I want to look at these too. So what you want to do, this brings up a really good point about, you know, they're not competition. They can feed you business, right? But they just take a piece of the revenue. So if we can, we want people watching our videos instead of watching theirs so that they book directly with you. So let's look at this video and see what they're doing. Not that much. But then right here in Spanish, situated in La Ladera Sur de la Sierra. Okay, so they're talking about the mountains, so on and so forth. There it is. So what they did is they did it in both Spanish and English, right? And they don't have tons of subscribers, 1.3 thousand, but they have 18,000 views because they're playing to both populations.
Yeah.
So there you go. Another idea is that you could just write the description in both English and Spanish.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So right there, you're seeing Competa doesn't have that many because it's not a high search term, right? Spanish Mountains has nothing. Are you part of the Pyrenees Mountains?
No, Almahara, Sierra and Almahara.
Sierra and Almahara. Okay. So what you want to do and what people want to do watching this, take 30 minutes and just write in different keywords that you can think of and see what videos pop up and how many videos. Right away, you'll be able to see what are really popular and what you can add into your videos. And it also gives you a whole list of shots that you can start doing. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got that. Let's go back. Okay, so the main things for your videos: 1, look at the title and try to add in a keyword. 2, we want to be putting in a call to action and a link right at the top of each video description so people can click. Make sure it has HTTP. You can also add in other links down below. You should do that. But your major one, book with us now, book your dream vacation. With the description, know that you can do English and Spanish. You have up to 5,000 characters, a character being letter, number, space, punctuation mark. Use those because they help you get found in search results when people are searching on YouTube. So we want to really use that. So even in your videos, you do talk about what is Villa Andalucia. You have a whole about section. Paste that in every single video. Why stay at Villa Andalucia? Bump, 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 bump. What is Villa Andalucia? Where is it? Bump, 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 bump. And just now you have 500 or 1,000 characters of content that you could put into each video, and you're getting that SEO for each video. Okay.
Yes, very good.
So the last thing that we want to talk about, we actually found when you and I were first chatting before we recorded, we found that you had a blog post where you embedded a video. Now, this is really cool. Again, this is something, so you have what is Andalucia Segura, and obviously that's something that people might be looking up. Use the same stuff that we just did. Whatever people are looking up around you, the different landmarks, activities, all that stuff. Now we want to build what we're going to do is record a video, and then we're going to make a blog post and pop the video in it, right? And then you can take that blog post and you can start pushing that around social media. You can start sending that out in an email. Now you've just taken care of a video, a blog post, social post, and an email by choosing one subject. Okay. So let's just scroll down really quick. So Andalucia Segura is a government initiative to help the hospitality sector. Okay. So especially with COVID-19. So basically they're subsidizing, right? The stays. Okay. So first thing I want to do is, how does Andalucia Segura benefit you? So even in this, you're telling me what it is. It's a government initiative. I don't care about that. We can talk about that later on. Why does Andalucia Segura matter to you? Because it makes your trip less expensive. It allows you to stay here more days. It allows you to enjoy the sights and sounds of Competa and Andalucia at a reduced rate. So that's what you want to start with. Always start with what's good for them, right? You obviously hear, what are the discounts? You can claim 25%, so on and so forth. You can mention all that, but you can say, just contact Helen at Villa Andalucia, and she will walk you through how you can take advantage of Andalucia Segura in order to have a pleasant stay at a lower price. Done, right?
Right.
So even here, I love all this. I want that call to action, and I'd like a link for them to email you or fill out the contact form or whatever it is. Right away, take advantage of this. Don't miss out, because you're going to be able to stay here for less. Click here to talk to Helen now. And then now you've got them, you know exactly what they want to talk about. You sell them up, whether it's 2 nights or if it's 4 nights, they can save even more. Wonderful. Now down below, why do you live in Andalusia and want to break? I love this. So I want you to see how you can weave this in. A lot of this has been about story today, right? So how can you weave in, why do you live in Andalusia and want to break? Okay. That could be a whole nother blog post. I would take this video and make a whole nother blog post. Are you looking for a staycation in Andalusia? Are you looking for a quick weekend getaway in Andalusia? Are you looking for an escape? Hey, not only watch this quick video to understand how we can give you that getaway, but more so, did you read about Andalucia Segura and how you can save 25% by booking a weekend with us? Contact Helen.
Mm-hmm.
You see what we're doing?
Yeah.
So chop it up. That's all you got to do. You have some good stuff here. This is something too. What is Andalucia Segura? I would actually put this in into your YouTube videos right now, if it's something that really is important and it's of note and people can save. Hey, did you know you can save when you stay at Villa Andalucia? Here's a little bit more about Andalucia Segura. Contact Helen now.
Mm-hmm.
What questions do you have?
So I originally was not going to put as much information in this blog, but I did because you've got to, it's recommended to have 600 words, isn't it?
Blogs can be anything. You can have 200 words, 400 words, 600 words. They vary. If you're trying to, it depends. So I would say this, the popularity of the term and how competitive it is, so how many other people are vying for that term, will dictate how long your blog should be. Longer posts are going to help you with SEO because they have more information and there's more opportunities for you to add those specific keywords, but they don't all have to be 600 words. A blog could be 250 words and still get the point across.
Right. Okay.
But this is a good one to, I would make this one to link back to, and then just optimize this by saying, take advantage now, and have the call to action right at the top, right? I would make a video if I were you. That's what is Andalucia Segura, or how can you save on your stay in Andalusia?
Well, I have done in lives on Facebook. So I need to move those over to
move it over to YouTube and pop it in right here. And then you can create all these different blog posts about how wonderful of a stay is. You know, do you need to recharge your batteries? Do you need to relax? We provide that here at Villa Andalucia. Oh, and you can save. Click to this post. Oh, wow, we can save if we're a resident, or yada, yada, yada. Wow, okay, I'm going to contact Helen now. So now you're stacking them on top of each other and making them work together. And just so you know too, you're doing it right because you're embedding videos. When you embed a video into a post, and especially if you can embed it in a way where it makes sense, right? Where it's not just dropped in, because a lot of people will watch this and they'll just, oh, okay, just pop in a video, whatever. It should be a video that's relevant. If you have a video that's relevant and it allows people, instead of reading all of this text, to watch a quick 30-second video and get the gist, you're going to increase on average your number of inbound links by 300%. So more people will link to that page because now people don't have to read. They can also click the play button.
Yeah.
So it helps you.
Yeah. And I also put the video in my email about all this as well.
Wonderful. That's what you want to be doing. I mean, you're doing everything right. It's just connecting it. That's it. And you give a lot of love to the villa. So just go back. First thing I would do before you upload any other videos, make an attack plan to get the videos that you have so far. How can you put in terms that people might be looking for, that people ask about? So try to fix up these videos, paste in that About Us section with Villa Andalucia. And then from there, get your other videos in order, go cherry pick the Facebook Lives that you have, transfer them over. And now each time you have this framework, title, description with call to action, the information about, and then you just go from there.
And I know I asked you on one of your webinars about being able to put the posts into order.
The blog posts?
No, in YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. Yes.
In the playlist.
Okay.
And you told me, I didn't write anything down, and that's when I found out that when you send out, which I'm glad to see your last one was the latest.
It was updated.
One.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't record everyone. It's a really arduous process, but I will answer your question. So what we're seeing here when we're looking at the channel is you have this upload section, and then you have the shorts section. So just really quick, fun stuff, which is great. You can create up to 10 sections on the front page of your channel. So now what you're going to do is you can actually create a playlist, right? So you have these different playlists, let's say around Villa Andalucia. Oh, let me click on the playlist itself. Here we go. So you have these two right here. In playlists, you can order by chronology, by when they were posted. You can manually order them. So you're going to use a playlist, and what you're going to do is create a new section and use that as a playlist. Let me jump to mine really quick, and I'll show you how. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. And let's jump to my YouTube. I'll share it in just a sec. I'm going to go to playlists. And let me share again. Okay, so you should be seeing my channel now. Okay, so on the channel, what we can do is just jump to customize channel. Brings us to the studio, which you're probably familiar with. Now in the studio on the left-hand side, this is the navigation, and you'll see playlists. So now what you can do is you can create different playlists if you wanted to. These are ones that I've already created. It only shows 10, but I'll show all of them. So I have some that are private. I have some that are unlisted. So there might be some videos that, let's say that someone just signs up. I talk about a wow experience. Here's a wow experience for you. Let's say that you make a video playlist where the first video is, hello, I'm Helen Hares. I'm the proprietor and innkeeper at Villa Andalucia, Competa. I want to welcome you. I'm so glad you just made a reservation with us. Here's what you can expect, video 1. And then it goes to video 2. Here's the outdoor area. I wanted to take you for a quick tour to show you what you can expect. Now, all of a sudden, like even the Hiltons of the world don't send you something like that where it's the general manager welcoming you. You could make a playlist that's unlisted, you could add that into an email and send it to people. So you
That's
can,
what I do.
there you go. So you're already on top of the wow experience. You understand hospitality. So let me jump into, let's go to this
Yeah,
one.
I've got quite a few unlisted ones.
Perfect. Now you'll notice here with this, what I'm doing is I can sort by date added, newest,
Oh,
oldest, most popular, date published, or newest and oldest. Or I can manually drag and change them up.
so have you
So
got sort to appear at the top?
how
I'm
have I
sure
got, what's that?
the word-
Because I went to, let me go back, channel playlists. So when you're in the studio playlist, and then you just click on the edit button right here,
Oh, okay.
and it brings you to that specific playlist. And you know what? We're going to do a little bit more because you went down this rabbit hole. So these are all the private links that I don't share with people. Let me actually, hold on. I'm going to show you a different one. Let's do this again. Okay, so these are all a bunch of DIY marketing tips and how-tos. So a few things, kind of some details that you might want to look into when you're editing your playlists. You can obviously change the title of the playlist. So you have one that's just shorts. I would say, you know, fun around Andalusia or something like that, or fun activities to do around Andalusia. A little bit wordier, keywords.
Mhm.
You have here, you can change the public, unlisted, private. You can add a description. Even I am not doing what I say, and I need to. I realize this. I'm going to go in and optimize each one. You have up to 5,000 characters here to describe your playlist. YouTube is giving you more opportunities to increase your SEO. So you'll talk a little bit about your playlist. You don't have to write the full 5,000 characters, but you're also going to paste in about Villa Andalucia, about Helen Hares, about the area. So you have that same thing you paste into each playlist, so you're getting that SEO again.
Right.
Okay.
So it
A
doesn't
lot.
matter that the description on your playlist is all the same then?
No, you're not going to be penalized for it. I mean, if you do it with each one, you're just not going to get the SEO. But for you and for any business owner to save time, I would have that bio, that standby bio that you just copy and paste in, so that you have that extra love. And if someone jumps to this page and they're actually looking at this playlist, then they're going to see the title. They won't see the pencils and stuff, but they'll see the description. So if they're interested, they can now read more. I can even put a link in here to do something. Is that helpful?
Yes, very helpful.
Okay. And just to jump back, when I go to the channel itself, let me go home. Hey, welcome. Pause that. So notice how what I did is I created sections and I use the playlists, how to Google my business, DIY marketing tips and how-tos, and then it shows them in the order that I said. So now you can go back, you can add those different ones, starting your small business, popular uploads, SBA disaster relief, which is old and I have to remove, but those were really helpful for people who are applying here for the payroll protection program and things like that from the government.
Mhm.
So there you go. Was this helpful?
Extremely helpful.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, good. I really wanted it
I
to
want
be.
the recording.
I'm so sorry I can't give you. No, of course you're going to get the recording. No problem. I will have it up on YouTube and I'll have it to you within a couple days
Brilliant.
so that you can watch it.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you so much for coming to the events. Thank you for learning. Thank you for putting it into action, because that's the main thing. I do it. I love it. But when I see someone actually take it and they run with it, you don't know how great that feels for me, because my work is actually helping.
Helping.
So,
Yeah. Oh, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Very good.
Well, until next time, hasta la vista. Buena suerte con la Villa Andalucia.
Muchas gracias.
Muchísimas gracias por tu tiempo.
You probably speak better Spanish than I do.
I studied in school, but I'm a little rusty.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful
really
day.
helpful. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Stay well.
And you. Bye.
Bye-bye.